Breaking tonight, new fallout from the FBI director's testimony today on the Hillary Clinton email scandal. Moments after the hearing ended, Republicans in the Senate joined the House in launching a new push to block Mrs. Clinton and her top aides from handling any more of America's secrets, saying their behavior has, quote, put lives at risk. We also heard new revelations about Mrs. Clinton's personal lawyers who went through her emails. Director Comey saying they lacked the security clearance to do that. And he went on to say that they may have deleted classified information. Plus, the director testified that up to 10 other people had access to her server without having the necessary security clearance. But one of the most talked about moments today came when Congressman Gowdy confronted Director Comey with a laundry list of false statements that Mrs. Clinton has made in the course of this investigation. Watch.
Secretary Clinton said she never sent or received any classified information over her private email. Was that true?
Our investigation found that there was classified information sent.
Secretary Clinton said there was nothing marked classified on her emails either sent or received. Was that true?
That's not true.
Secretary Clinton said I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. Was that true?
There was classified material emailed.
Secretary Clinton said she used just one device. Was that true?
She used multiple devices.
Secretary Clinton said all work-related emails were returned to the State Department. Was that true?
No, we found work-related emails.
Secretary Clinton said her lawyers read every one of the emails and were overly inclusive. Did her lawyers read the email content individually?
No.
Joining me now, House Oversight Committee member Congressman Gowdy. Congressman, good to see you, and good for you, because it takes work to actually go through the record and tick it off like that so that the American public has an understanding about what you're doing in there. And you went to the heart of it, which is what he proved, what the FBI proved. Maybe it was a crime, maybe it wasn't, but it was absolutely that she misled over and over and over again. Your thoughts?
Well, there's no question she made false statements to the public, but the reason I went through that exercise with Director Comey is, let's assume he's right and there's an intent element in the statute. I think there was circumstantial evidence that she had the intent, and one way to prove prove intent by circumstantial evidence is false exculpatory statements. Innocent people don't lie. So if you have a series of false statements, then you need to ask yourself, why do you feel the need to mislead? It might be consciousness of guilt.
And what do you think the response to that is? I mean, he basically was looking at history saying, we just haven't done it. We haven't prosecuted people for gross negligence.
John Ratcliffe is one of my colleagues from Texas. He believes that it has been done, but let's assume Director Comey is right. That's true with every statute until somebody decides to do it.
But should you be doing it for the first time or near the first time with somebody who's running for president? You know, it would have been pretty dicey.
It would have been, although there were other statutes he had at his disposal. I go back to the plain text. There's a reason Congress said grossly negligent. If you think that that statute is void for vagueness, it would have been a good idea to let us know sometime before today.
Do you think that he's a straight shooter? People are really going after
Yes.
Director Comey. And do you think
No, I do.
Do you think politics were at play here in his decision?
Boy, the second one is tough, but I'll tell you why. Yes, I think he's a straight shooter. I think the exact same thing about Jim Comey that I did this time last week, and I will this time next week. I think he is a straight arrow. We just fundamentally disagree on that element and whether or not he could have proven intent by circumstantial evidence. Did politics influence it? I can tell you, based on my previous life, it is always tougher to convict or prosecute someone who is well known. It just is. He might not feel comfortable telling you that, but I will tell you that. But I don't know whether that influenced him.
Do you think there's any chance that Hillary Clinton's not going to get access to, top secret information, classified information as a candidate now, between now and November, given what she did?
Well, he was pretty clear. If she worked for the FBI, she'd have some difficulties. Paul Ryan today said deny her access. What she did, Megan, is really unprecedented and incredibly reckless. You can't stop the President of the United States from accessing classified information, but she ain't there yet. So I hope people will put the politics aside. You're talking about men and women whose political ideations we don't know anything about, who are risking their lives to gain intelligence for us, and you put it on something with less security than Gmail? Come on.
Congressman, great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yes, ma'am.